Greetings and welcome back to Campaign Leipzig with Ney at the Katzbach. So, where we left off, our attack was still ongoing. It had sort of bogged down a bit, but we were starting to really see issues in the Prussian ranks at the very least. So, without further ado, let's see any big major things happen. So if I pause it real quick, we routed them, they routed, so we did rout a good, at least a battalion, disordered another one, routed a couple more. Yeah, there we go. 2 squadrons of dragoons routed, 2 battalions of landwehr routed, a battalion of grenadiers and some skirmishers routed, some more skirmishers routed. They're disordered. They're not. They're routed, disordered, disordered. Yeah, all things considered, at least fairly decent. Now, here is where it's going to get interesting. This is where it's going to get real interesting real quickly. So, I'm at about 9,000 losses to his 6. All things considered, I'm actually pretty happy with that. So, without further ado, let's continue and see what happens. My square continues to get shot by Russian artillery. That's not really a shocker, though. Russian artillery is an absolute menace. He's throwing out more skirmishers, makes sense. Because I've essentially decided to withdraw Lauriston's corps backwards. And he's now clearly going for a... not necessarily a counter-attack, but he wants to drive me back out of these woods. That much I can see. Interesting. What on earth happened there? Oof. Pesky out and lose a gun. Looks like he continues to withdraw his cavalry. Makes sense, he can't really do much. Not with my squares protecting it. He already gave my cavalry a good beating over here anyway, so... there's no change in that. No effect. There we go, he's starting to, quote, withdraw. Basically, he's starting to, quote, pull back at least a little bit. Yeah, there he goes. He's trying to hold me still. And to be fair, he is doing a very good job of doing so. The Prussians are in not exactly dire straits, but they're not exactly all happy about the situation. Return the fire. My guess is the 112th there is likely to rout. They're pretty tired. And more importantly, they're being shot at point-blank range. But you never know, they might not. This is going to hurt. Not as badly as I thought it would. Throwing out skirmishers again. Bingo, that's pretty much what I've been waiting for. Pretty much exactly what I've been waiting for. It's taken time, but oh, it's going to be glorious. He can probably guess what I'm about to do, hence why he was moving that Landwehr cavalry that direction. And he continues to move his Cossacks back and form a nice big screen of them. Unfortunately for him, I've sort of got him trapped against the river. Granted, I doubt I'm going to be able to... My army is not going to be able to continue this forever. But I might be able to at least kick his casualties up a notch. Ow. And send them akin to my losses. For 2. I'm just going to get picked at here, unfortunately. But... Alright. Units routed. 3rd Battalion of the 16th Léger and 3rd Battalion of the 25th, which were there, both there. Makes sense. 33 units undisordered out of 63. 7 units rallied out of 11. 2 units rout. 11 units recover fatigue. 1 unit resupplied. So, I'm surprised they didn't rout, to be fair. Well, not them, these boys. The 112th line. because the 112th line are in quite a sorry state. To be fair, so are the Italians. They're in an atrocious state at the moment. So let's kick this off as usual with the artillery. Yeah, I figured that wouldn't do much, but you never know. Howitzer? Nope. Alright, this howitzer will look to hit them. Naples horse artillery. Foot artillery. The 6th for the 6th horse, you are going to shoot at them. And then these guns of the 11th Corps are going to start shimmying forward to get into position and be remotely useful. Now, the Italians are in, other than the 1st and 4th battalions of the Italian line, the rest are in pretty miserable condition. So they are just going to be essentially withdrawn from action. So you... What have you got here? Foot battery. Yes, please. You're going to blast them. Howitzer. You'll do that. Blast them. You are going to blast those guns for me. Eight men is 8 men. Just blasting away at them everywhere I can. Because if I can disorder some of this lot, you never know, it might be very useful. You are a horse gun. The Hessen foot gun. Can only see that lot, so I might as well. And that's about it. So, in this case, then, let's think. Let's start over here as usual with Lauriston. Now, for Lauriston and his corps, it's going to be pretty much just retiring from this side of the battlefield. And then they will retire to there. Clink away at them for me. It's not a lot, but you never know when that little bit of gunfire could be useful. 1st and the 3rd Squadron of the Chasseurs. So, anything else? Not really. So we'll place them there. What do we got there? Mounted Jaegers. If I commit these boys... Yeah, I figured as much. So while I just routed a whole bunch of their skirmishers, it's not going to do much. You will plink at them. You two will plink at them. You will go there and supported by you, which is the rest of that battalion. Open fire on them. So this is the 2nd Battalion of the 22nd Light doing that. Ow. Yeah, go back into your battalion, boys. The 3rd and 4th Battalions. Yeah, 3rd and 4th Battalions. 14th. 3rd and 4th Battalions of the 14th Light will likewise advance. These are just regular old... General Monier's brigade will start to advance as well. Alright, these boys, which are the 2nd Naples Elite Regiment, which they've lost some men, but not anything too crazy. Open fire on them. Now, if I pull back the 1/12th, which I think I will do, because the 1/12th is just thoroughly exhausted at this point. Which therefore leaves these various troops to do what is necessary. You go up there. Alright, what about you? There's nothing I could push onto, and I can't change formations, so in this case, you're just gonna pull back and then look to reform. You belong to General Seneschal, so he will go to there and try and reorder them. And the various Neapolitan chasseurs, or what's left of them, you, I'm going to advance to there. And then General Chassereau will basically place his troops right behind those guns. Italian horse battery. You are going to likewise advance. Alright, you will go up there. As will the rest of the 22nd. As I intend to use the 22nd Regiment to try and achieve the big breakthrough here. You are facing that direction. So you are facing basically at this lot. Now then. Let's bring this horse gun up, unlimber it. I could have probably unlimbered it a bit closer, but hey ho. And you, I'm actually going to limber up and move forward. You are going to basically fall back. At this point, you're of no use to me. You can blast that square for me. I'll do with them in a second. So for now, none of you can really deploy or do much of anything, so move you forward and unlimber. Move forward and unlimber. You lot will move forward this direction and prepare to unlimber. Now, let's move forward these 2 companies of the 4th Battalion of the 12th Light. We will also move forward 2 companies of the 4th Battalion, 5th Light. Now, if I do, say, this, there, I will open fire there. That's gonna hurt a little, quite a bit, but in the grand scheme of things, if I charge the 1st and 2nd Squadron of the 8th Cuirassiers forward, I can hit them. I will get blasted by those guns. I would go there, then get blasted again. I suppose if I hit here, while I'm not getting rid of nearly as much, I certainly am. Ow. That disordered me, of course it did. But I'm not surprised. I got point blank range blasted in the face there. General Grillot will go forward with that battalion, which, speaking of, General Delmas needs to come up and help. These boys will come forward under General Ethering. And then these last elements of the 45th will look to come up as well. Now, is there any other big... Oh, I never finished these, did I? Whoops. Me getting carried away as usual. But in this case, I'm actually rather happy to get carried away. I will detach. I will essentially break the 3rd Battalion of the 22nd into open order to push that company out of my way. The chasseur. Now, the 144th belongs to General Ricard's division, which General Ricard's division as useful as it is still somewhat not in a brilliant spot. The Bard and foot guns. Now, you will plink at... I'll come back to the question of the cavalry. I'm still not convinced I want to charge. As good an opportunity as much of an opportunity it might be to hit the Tarnopol Infantry Regiment and Oberst, what's that, Lavendeskoy in the flank, Rapinski with the Kamchatkas. Soyam, General Blucher, you are, you're pretty much done at this point. You, I know you are absolutely done, as you've lost over half your, well over, you lost 70% of your squadron, so... There ain't nothing you are. You ain't doing nothing. Now the 8. Again. Well, let's think. I hit here, hit here. That's what, 200 odd skirmishers just gone. Suppose I could take it. Now, let me see. Yeah, he knows they're there. So... Lavendesk. 4 guns. The problem is I don't know what those, quote, 4 guns are. They could be 12s for all I know. And that is the big issue. Would they be, quote, 12s? Let us commit forward the 139th. Tell you what. The 139th is going to advance to here and form line. Second Battalion of the 139th will advance and do the same. They will break off their light company so they can do this. These boys will not. These boys will use the light company that are assigned with them. And then the 3rd Battalion of the 39th can do actually 2 things, really. We can go this way. For one reason, to basically protect the flanks of the line from being charged by their cavalry, although I shouldn't have turned there, but hey-ho. That will then let me move forward the 141st, with the 141st proceeding into this hex. And looking to drive in to say, if I drive there, and then you'll go there just to keep with the rest of your regiment. And then General Sudan with the 140th come round the guns and then form up there. All things considered, I think that's a fairly good positioning. You will shoot at the Kamchatkas. Do nothing. And then these boys, which are part of Ricard's division, will just stay where they are. General Albert will move forward. You are part of his division. General Sudan and General Diadem. Or Didem. Now, if I advance, say, these Hessians in line, yes, that is not very efficient at all, in the slightest. But one thing it does do is it unlimber the gun and blast them. Now the 7th Chasseur will move up. You are facing that way and that way. So we also advance the Baden infantry, I guess. Fourth Chasseur Now, do I... Yes, I think I do. The 23rd Chasseur. So yeah, the 23rd Chasseur will advance, as will the 24th. The 20th will sit back here. Along with the 11th Hussars and General Excelmans. And then down here we got General Rosselli, General Bowerman's Cavalry Brigade. With the 10th Hussars. We'll do that. These boys will go this way. With the 9th Hussars. So again, all this cavalry is trying to stretch his line as much as I damn well can. Because the more I stretch his line, the better. That's not really worth it, but hey ho, I'll do it anyway. And then we bring up the 39th Division's supply wagons, we bring up your supply wagons. Now, do I do it? Or do I not? Or if I do not do it, do I do it in... Well, let's think about it. What's more valuable, the cavalry or the hitting those boys in the flank? The cavalry, in this case, so... While I appreciate the opportunity, I'm not going to take it. Not yet, anyway. These boys, however, will be much more keen to take it next turn, where I look to hit his entire line in the side. It's taken a while, but what if I lost? 8, 9, 10,300 to 6,000? A little unfortunate, but hopefully I can make that back. $141st. Still, again, I'm rather happy overall that despite all the losses I've taken, my boys are doing at least pretty decently, all things considered. All things considered, they could be doing a hell of a lot worse. you go there, I think. Ah, yes, I never did finish the quote withdraw over here, did I? So, in this case, I might send the 3rd chasseurs that way. Have them form up there, but they're not exactly gonna stay there. Same with these boys. They'll be up there, but they're not gonna stay. Their only real job is to allow this lot to withdraw. That's their only real job. As I look to withdraw Loristan's corps, essentially back to where it pretty much all started. But also just stop losing, stop getting chipped away at by this artillery. That's the key thing here. I think that is that, however. My forces are, in position and everything. I would have still, the Allied position is in a fairly tough spot. Because if you look, the Prussian and their essential right wing is basically trapped with its back against the river, which not a good thing. I'm starting to trap him against, while he has escape routes. He's got the fords, the bridges, and plenty of them. If he's not careful, he's gonna get trapped. And all it takes is me setting up, say, a gun here, and I dominate this crossing. Still, all things considered, the Prussians are in a tough spot, but not catastrophic yet. 6,300, 8,700 infantry, and then 1,600 odd cavalry. I've lost 7 guns to 22. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So let's push on to the melee, of which we have 3rd Battalion of the 22nd. And you know what? I'll also have the 4th Battalion join in for 2 reasons. To ensure that happens. And while I could attack with them, I don't want to cross that stream. Over here, they're not going to bother. Over here, we are going to hit one of... you belong to that brigade. So, in this case, You two are going to hit there. Supported by 3rd Battalion of the 141st. Pushing forward. They're now facing the wrong direction. You know what? Let's just do this. I'm going to lose more men again as I get plinked away at. 6. And then you will do the same. Just bash them out the way and get up close to this lot. Now, again, all things considered, while I could use these to hit something, they're disordered, so they're not likely to do much. So hopefully, again, I can keep this pressure up. I think that's that. I think we are all done for this turn. So, that was the 1 PM turn. All things considered, this has been a bloody draw. So, fairly historical. So, I thank you. Well, not historical because. Not historical because this battle never happened, but. At least realistic, all things considered. Given the whole Trachenberg plan. But until next time, I thank you for watching, and I will see you all very soon. So until then, bye bye for now.